Hello, 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 and welcome to my Tribe 9 YouTube video. Today, we'll be talking about Director's Letter number 6. It's on the Tribe 9 Tokyo website, the official website. So let's just get right into it. So the introduction. Hello everyone, this is Director Sojima. We've made some small updates recently, but we were unable to introduce them all in detail as we prioritize speed of response, and for that we apologize. This time, we would like to introduce the contents of the recent V.105 update, as well as the changes being made in the upcoming V.0.10 update, and upcoming events and characters. So, let's get right into it. Regarding the changes to Fractal Vice and Processor Zero Events Missing. So in here it explains that the professor, okay, let's just get right into it. Let's read the entire thing together. We have received a lot of feedback about the post-story exploration content Fractal Vice. Among these, we are aware that by the way, that's Fractal Vice. Yeah. Oh, Fractal Vice. I get it now. Among these, we are aware that many players are feeling very frustrated when trying to achieve the end of different goals, moving the level cap, selecting the best fakes, fighting strong enemies and content, because they're all mixing together in one piece of content. For the time being, in the recent update, we've changed the condition for unlocking the level cap of 50, Zerofen Sensei's mission, defeat the limited series Red, to win 15 battles within Fractal Vice. That means that the players who want to unlock the level cap will be able to do so without having to defeat the limited red series. Alright, so this paragraph here explains that you can get to level 50 by defeating 15 enemies in the Fractal Vice, and not by actually defeating the boss, which is really nice. So we don't have to do that anymore to get to level 50. Our recent social media announcements was a little unclear, but we will not by any means making any adjustments to the Limited Red series and will remain at the current difficulty level, so we hope that you will strengthen your party and give it a try. Alright, so some people were having struggles with Fractal Vice. They made it easier by making it so you don't have to defeat the boss to actually level up to 50. That's cool. Fractal Vice and Limited Red series are content developed for players who have thoroughly trained their characters and are highly motivated to experience the unique battles that are unique in Tribe 9. For that reason, we positioned it as something more like a challenge from the development team that will not have a major impact on the future progress of the game. However, because the process of completing Chapter 1 and 2 strongly required people to collect perfect stickers, many players received the content as something they had to acquire. Additionally, we did not take into consideration the natural desire to strengthen your characters to the maximum level, which resulted in more players than expected experiencing being thwarted by powerful enemies. We sincerely apologize for this. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Going forward, the Tribe 9 will remain focused on providing players with high difficulty action battles while enriching the game's content so that it can cater to a variety of playstyles and motivations. Cool, 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 cool. In addition, we're currently preparing improvements to increase the satisfaction in response to feedback about Fractal Vice, such as the journey to rematch the limited red series is too long, and it takes too long to complete a round. Since these fundamental improvements are planned to be somewhat of large-scale changes, we would like to make them a part of the upcoming major update of Chapter 3. We apologize for the inconvenience, but we would appreciate it if you could wait a little longer. So, they are considering making getting to the boss fight more efficient and faster. That is big positive because it's so annoying to challenge that boss fight over and over again and to have to go through the entire level every single time. It's just tedious. Alright, moving on. Improving battle tempo. Since the recent update, the following items can now be changed as options. Hit stops effects can now be selected from two levels, normal and weak. So we already know about that. Essentially, if you go into your options settings in the bottom, you'll see that you can have hit stops to weak, which makes the runs a little bit less choppy, I find. When braking, the brake camera that captures the enemy in a large area can now be switched on and off. That's pretty neat. It makes braking a lot faster. The character cut-in effects that appear when a chain skill is executed can now be changed on and off. That's really cool too. When an enemy breaks, the input acceptance time for the chain skill to now be changes for two levels, standard and short. So this has already happened. This is really, nice quality of life changes. I love them. In particular, changing the hit stop can greatly affect the perceived game speed, so we hope you'll enjoy it while with your preferred setting. Additionally, even though the game switches frequently between exploration and battle parts throughout the game, there are many instances where players had to wait too long in loaded times. To eliminate this waiting time, in the previous two updates, we've made adjustments to the transition time and presentation when moving from battle to exploration for users' devices with 6 gigabytes or more memory. We are currently making major revisions to the loading mechanisms with aims to further shortening the times. About the bulky feeling. Alright, moving on. We've also received a lot of feedback about the feel of the product being bulky. We believe that there is a lot of room for improvement in the game that experience when it comes to action negotiations, such as when a character actions cannot be cancelled and they end up being hit. Therefore, we are planning to add a frame that allows for actions to be cancelled by evasion or counter on a character by character basis. So, for example, Inoki's special, where she spins around and then hits, you can cancel with a dodge, or you can also cancel with a parry. In this update, we've added frame canceling evasion to the secondary attacks of Kuro Chuyo and Jujo Myu. I think Kuro Chuyo is Inoki. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is, to be honest. But it's Myu. We know who that is. Alright. On the other hand, for characters such as Q and Inoki, who are difficult to control but have high reward, we may end up having to make adjustments that would result in the character losing its strength, so please understand that we may decide to keep the characters as they are in their current form as a way to give them individuality. Alright, cool. So Inoki is not Kurochuyo. Strengthening melee attack characters. We're aware that currently, due to variation factors such as increased enemy tension when hit and the need to manage stamina, there is little benefit to fighting at close range. Therefore, we have made the following two improvements to some melee characters. Stamina consumption from parry counters will be reduced from 500 to 250. Cancellation by counter during secondary attack will be possible. The purpose of this change is to allow characters to be more aggressive when fighting forward in comparison to long-range attack characters, lowering the risk of aggressively aiming for parry. That is great. That's already happened, but it's great. Regarding the update plan for version 1.0.010. This is where it gets saucy. Next, we would like to introduce the update scheduled for next week. Tension card upgrade. Currently, the player experience is poor due to the tension consumed each time the effect of a tension card is activated. And as a result, formations filled with cards that activate in tension phase 0 have become mainstream, resulting in an environment where there's little room for variation in formation. Therefore, in the V1.0.10 update, we will be making an upward revision to remove the tension consumption effects from all those tension cards. So, the tension consumption effect will be removed from all tension cards, making some of them very juicy, including the shark one, for example. For some card effects, the consumption amount will remain the same or be reduced, but with this change, many cards will become easier to use. On the other hand, this change will make it possible to greatly increase any stat, so it is expected that the difficulty of clearing the dungeon will be reduced with certain builds. In the upcoming major update for Chapter 3, we plan to make the difficulty of battles from Chapter 3 onwards a little more difficult than originally planned, and also make it further upward adjustments to cards with low adoption rates. So they're planning on actually balancing the cards out so that we actually want to use a variety of them and not just a select few. That's great. That's very healthy for the game. In addition, in this update, we will be adjusting the encounter system so that even you can attack a detected enemy and encounter it as a so-called normal encounter. The battle will begin with your tension phase at 2. Alright, so, even if you attack a detected enemy and encounter it, it'll begin at 2, your tension phase, from now on, from next week's update. Ability to retry at lower difficulty levels. In order to allow more people to enjoy Tribe 9 at a lower difficulty and try again, button will be added to the game ends, when the game ends. But this is limited to battles in the storyline. By pressing this button to try again, your party members will be strengthened for that battle only. This strengthening can be repeated. So if you're repeatedly getting game overs, we recommend using this function to calmly study ways to deal with your enemies. Oh, that's pretty cool. Please note that this function cannot be used when selecting rematch from the pause menu during battles. Added detailed menu for daily changes, challenge, and delivery requests. Following many requests since the game's release, daily challenges and delivery requests can now be accessed from the menu. The changes are nothing more and nothing less, but we do hope that you will remember to branch managers from time to time. Return of the story fast forward button. We will be implementing a skip button for conversation events. We apologize for the sudden change since the last update note. We are currently working on preparing a feature that will allow players to look back on their stories and XP with the numbers in a future update. Woo! That is amazing. That is amazing. Being able to skip and then watch what you could have seen before is great. Support for the 60 FPS setting on mobile. So for the mobile version, we will add an option to play at 60 FPS. This can cause devices to overheat, drain the battery rapidly, and can cause the game to malfunction. So please refrain from using it if it interferes with your gameplay. Cool. Introducing upcoming content. Finally, we would like to this is what I've been waiting for. Finally, we would like to introduce some upcoming events and new characters. Woo! XP Ranked Match. Starting March 6th, tomorrow, we will be introducing ranked matches for all players who've registered their XP team. The ranked system, which changes depending on whether you win or lose, introduced with the aim of matching players with similar levels of training. Therefore, rather than being a fierce competition, this function was developed to allow players to enjoy it casually during their spare time or when they don't feel like battling or exploring. Because of this, there's no function to view detailed rankings, and you can earn all rewards by playing regardless of whether if you win or lose. So you don't need to win in ranked XP, it's just for fun, and it gives you rewards. Let's go! In XP, where you play against other players, unlike in numbers matches, there are no strong adjustments based on the results of discussion, and instead the player's training situation and baseball-based judgments are directly reflected. The more care you put into your characters, the more they will perform, so we will hope that you'll enjoy using it as a place to show off your gameplay and interact with each other. Also, please note that in the beginning of ranked matches, everyone will start with the same ranked, so players with different levels of training may be matched together, which may result in a series of extreme matches. Extreme. This is something that will hopefully improve over time, so we ask for your patience. New character introduction. Kazuki Aoyama! Let's go! Kazuki Aoyama will appear in the new synchro in V1.0.10. Aoyama Kazuki is a versatile character who can grant shields to party members, as well as have additional attacks and high break abilities. Furthermore, despite his abilities, its mechanics are simple, making it easy to operate and use. Although he appears to be a versatile character, these actions require a resource called memory. Memory starts at full at the start of the battle and is consumed as you perform tactical skills and secondaries. As a result, prolonged battles, this character's strength becomes much less apparent and he becomes out of breath. In this memory is recovered by a certain amount when you perform an ultimate, and if you obtain more memory than the maximum amount, you will enter an overclock state. In this state, your attack power will increase, allowing you to play an active role as an attacker. Additionally, compared to Kazuki, who joined as a guest in Chapter 2, he has been slightly improved, his controls have been adjusted, and he has been brushed up. This change will be reflected for guests when the sync is updated. Let's go! New event, Lux Phantasma. Finally, we would like to introduce an upcoming event, Lux Phantasma. In Tribe 9 story events, there are no battle parts, and the game progresses through special minigames. In Lux Phantasma, you can enjoy the so-called rhythm game content with Tsuruko Senba as the main character. Rhythm game? Nice! Another unique feature is that you can consume boosters at will. This means that you can earn rewards without having to go around the rift, so we hope you will enjoy playing the game as a way to take a break from battling. Events have their own unique format that allows story to progress, and by playing events you can earn cumulative point rewards similar to Fractal Vice. In order for Lux Phantasma to occur, you must clear Chapter 2. The event period is planned to be very long, so we would like you to take your time and complete the story before participating. Conclusion. This concludes today's letter. Since the release, we have received a lot of feedback from many players. While there are aspects where we are painfully aware of our shortcomings, we also hear feedback from people who are enjoying the game. And all of this fuel is for us to make Tribe 9 a better game. Thank you. On the other hand, we are very sorry that the update has been rushed and the game has become unsettling. In particular, there are many aspects that were not properly adjusted, such as synchro, the reward design that can be obtained through gameplay, and tension cards. We deeply regret that the gaming experience did not meet your expectations. First of all, we will respond swiftly to the current issues and prepare various updates in the parallel so that you can look forward to the Chapter 3 update. We look forward to your continued support of Tribe 9. We'll see you again in Neo Tokyo. Let's go! This is hype, guys. This is freaking hype. I'm so hype. The upcoming character is amazing. Oh, we'll be pulling. Alright, anyway. Thanks a lot for watching my video, guys. I know it was a little bit of a long-winded one, but we went through every single upcoming updates that they have shared with us so far in English. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. A peace!